Hi everyone, welcome and welcome back to the Keeping It Positive podcast with your host. I'm Cameron.
And I'm Ashley, and today we have our very first guest of the season. Yes. We have Dalvin with us. We're going to be continuing our Hustle University series with talking about entrepreneurship today. And Dalvin's going to explain a little bit about what his business is, what he does, and how he got started. But before we get into that, we're going to start with Cameron, and she's going to give us our unpopular opinion of the day.
Yes.
So let's get into it.
So, my unpopular opinion of the day is that, personally, I like calling people, like calling my friends and family better than texting them. So, I think that a lot of people like texting, but I really like calling. I'm not the best at texting at all. I'm always going to call before I text. So, yeah, that's just what I think. What do you guys think? Are you guys calling?
What you think, Dalvin?
Calling? Are you
I'm
texting?
a texter.
Okay.
Okay, you're a texter. You're a texter.
I don't know.
You will call though.
I will, but texting is way more convenient.
Yeah, that's true.
I don't gotta stop what I'm doing.
I feel like I'm a bother because I'm horrible at texting. Like if you text me, I either respond in 0.5 seconds or I respond in 10 years.
Yeah.
So it just depends on like which one you catch me on, honestly and truly. I go back and forth.
I do both, but I think I like texting. I mean, calling better because I just like being actually hearing the person. Like
that makes sense. It's good to have that like connection, and especially older family members, they love talking to you because they don't like texting at all.
Yeah, that's true.
So I would definitely agree with that.
Very true. Very true. Okay. So let's get into today's topic. So we have our special guest, Dalvin, here. So let's just start off. You can give us a little background about, you can say yourself and just, how you got started with your business, a little bit about yourself, your background.
Bet.
What do you think?
So, my name is Dalvin. We all met in college at UNCG. Graduated back in...
You know it.
I graduated back in May, and I just started like a fitness like a fitness business. It's like my passion, and that's just where life took me. So here we are.
So did you start this business in school, or did you start it when you graduated?
I really started like back in high school.
Okay.
So I never really knew what I wanted to do, but I always liked to work out. So like I wrestled like for my freshman year of high school, and I was like really, really small. So I was 106 pounds like my freshman year of high school, and usually like the lighter weight classes always go first. So like when you're wrestling, if I'm going first, like nobody's there yet. Like everybody's still like getting into the stands. Like we go so early that like people don't show up yet. And I'm like, bro, I want them to show up for me. Like,
yeah, you want to be the ones like,
yeah. So I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna just try to get bigger so like I can wrestle later on when everybody show up. Like everybody will be here. They'll see me. Like, yeah,
cheer for you.
So that's really why I started lifting. I just wanted to get bigger so I could like, so more people could see me. And, it's just like whatever I try to do, I always want to get like as much knowledge about it as possible. So like I would just be on Instagram, YouTube, like all day, just looking up like workout videos, how to do this, how to do that, and it kind of just became like my thing. Like people started coming to me like, Dalvin, can you make me a workout program? I want to like do this, I want to do that, because like everybody saw me like from freshman year to sophomore year, I gained like a crazy amount of weight, and then from sophomore year to junior year, I was like 150 when I came back to school that like junior year, from like 106 freshman year. So like,
right now, you putting down work.
It was a big difference. So like when I came back to school after that summer,
it was like, whoa,
yeah,
you got big.
Yeah, it was.
Okay, Hulk.
Crazy.
It's like, okay, Hulk. Whoa.
So like it was kind of like my identity at school. Everybody just knew me as like the guy who like lifted and just got big.
Yeah.
So then I kind of just like took it on and made it like my personality. And then for my senior exit project, I didn't want to do like community service because you had to do community service. So I was like, I'm gonna find a way to just use what I know with like exercise and stuff.
Yeah.
And I made I picked up like 5 people that wanted to lose weight or wanted to like do stuff like fitness related, and that was my community service. And like we did like a 3-month program. I made all their workout programs. I told them what to eat and all that stuff.
Wow.
And like my senior exit project was just me presenting like all the progress that I had with like my
information, like how
and it was real cool. Like everybody lost weight, gained muscle, whatever they wanted to do. And I was like, bro, I can do this for real. So that's kind of how I got started. And ever since then, because I did that for free. I just did it because it was fun.
Right,
and
right.
like
Yeah.
I was like, bro, I can get paid for this. So it just started like growing and growing and growing. And by the time I got to college, I was like selling workout programs or training with people at the gym, just doing my thing. Yeah. And then it just started growing from there. So here we are.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, so now we got a little background about what you did, how you started it, what made you want to start it. Did you feel like it was hard starting out doing your own thing, or did you find it hard to like find people, or did you find it hard to ever like maybe any type of struggles you came into, you found that you had, like any struggles that you had basically?
Honestly, I didn't know I was starting a business. I was just doing stuff that was fun. So I didn't like have a goal of like making money with it. I didn't have a goal of like expanding or anything like that. I was just doing it because it was fun and it was something I was good at, and like I could help people out. Yeah. So I wouldn't say I had any struggles like starting out because like I didn't know I started.
Yeah.
I was just doing it. But like
love for it.
Yeah.
I love the genuine love. So
I would say
like work or nothing.
Yeah, it didn't feel like work. It still doesn't.
Mm-hmm.
But I would say difficulties like they came about around my senior year in college, because that's when I realized I was like, all right, if I'm not gonna have a traditional job and I'm gonna make this work, I gotta figure out like how am I gonna get paid? How am I gonna like find like a steady
sustainable.
So the transition from having people like pay me through Cash App or pay me however, I had to just find a way to like make all that into one one spot. Yeah. So I got like a little invoice app, and I was sending invoices out every month, and now like that's how I get paid now. So I would say I really didn't have any like issues. It's just I feel like it's because I started from a place of like passion, not from a place of like making money. Like when you chase money, yeah. That was a bar. Yeah, I feel like when you chase money, you have money problems. But like when you just chase your passion, like pursue your goals or whatever, it just comes together. So yeah.
I like that.
That's awesome right there. And in chasing your passion, how was your experience with your first like real client who was actually coming to you month by month? That just wasn't like somebody who was cash apping you.
I didn't really get like my first like real clients until I went like full-time trainer.
Okay,
so when I graduated,
how was that?
It was great. Like we're still training together now. So it was my first real client, like personal training client in person from like week to week. They pay monthly and all that stuff. It was one of the guys I met at the gym that I went to in Charlotte. His son was leaving 7th grade, going into 8th grade, and he was like overweight, like out of shape. And I tell this story all the time. I'm so proud of him. But yeah, he was overweight, out of shape, and when we first started our first session, he could barely run like 200 meters. Like it was bad. We had to take a whole bunch of breaks, but like we got through it. And I was like, bro, if you stick with it and you keep coming back and you just do what I tell you, like we're gonna make it. I was like, bro, whatever you want to do, we can do it. He was like, I want to play football. I want to do this. I want to do that. I was like, bro, we can do it. You just gotta keep coming back. Like,
right.
If you keep coming back, it's gonna happen.
Yeah.
So from like June to August, the transformation, it was crazy. He lost like 15 pounds. But mind you, he's a kid, so he's still growing. So like he's taller, he's like bigger, but he still lost weight. So it's crazy. But now we work out at the gym. We started off doing like field work and just stuff to get him moving, because I was like, I'm not about to make this kid lift weights when he's never exercised in his life.
Right.
Like you gotta know what people are capable of, so you don't kill them. And now we're about to run a 8-minute mile this weekend.
Oh wow, that's awesome right there.
Yeah. So like we went from not being able to run 200 meters to our first time running a mile.
That's awesome.
Was he running 13:30, and then that was in November. So like all from August to November, we were just doing like endurance training, a whole bunch of like resistance stuff and all that stuff. And now The first mile he ran was 13:30. The next month he ran a 12-minute mile. The next month, which is January, he ran a 10-minute mile. And now we're about to go under 9 minutes.
Wow.
Our work's been paying off on
Yeah,
us.
it's crazy. Like he got a jawline now.
Mhm.
All his family goes and they tell me like, man, he looks so much different. Like, what are you guys doing? And I'm like, I just tell him, you keep coming back. It's gonna work out. And yeah, he's like that's my pride and joy. That's like when people ask me, like, what can I expect from training? Like, what's
That's
the
the story
growth
you
that I
tell.
can see? I'm like, you can do something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the story you tell, very life changing. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
Help people out like
Yeah.
that.
so proud.
you change it. Also probably change their like perspective and their like mindset too. You know,
Yeah. Because I can
when you
see
do it. Like, you know.
I can see his confidence is like growing. Because like
Mhm.
before he was like, I want to play football. I want to do this. I want to try for the track team.
Yeah.
And I was like, bro, you can do all of that. Like, watch this. Next year, you'll be able to do all of that. And he was like, I don't know, man. But now he's finally getting to the point where he's like, you know what? I feel like I can do that.
Turn the corner.
Like,
Once you
yeah.
turn the corner, you like, I can.
I was like, bro, you about to run an 8-minute mile.
Yeah.
Like,
You helped him get in shape and inspired him to
Yeah.
do things
Yeah.
he thought he could not do. That's very
Yeah.
rewarding. So
Yeah.
what you say like the most rewarding part of this job is, or this passion is, since you don't see it like a job?
I would say it's seeing people like become happier with themselves, like happier with the way they see themselves, see their performance like go through the roof. It's like a confidence booster. I like seeing people be confident in themselves.
Absolutely.
Like, yeah, because that's what exercise gave me. Like, I got confidence. I got like a little bit of size,
Yeah.
you know. So you just like you feel
Put a
good.
little more like in your body.
Yeah, you feel better
Yeah.
in your skin, and like I like giving that feeling to other people. Yeah. Yeah.
I love that. To make me tear up a little bit. So if you could go back in time and do anything differently when it comes to running your business or changing anything, would you change anything that you did? And was there any lessons or like necessary lessons that you feel like you needed to learn through that journey that helped you to get to where you are today?
Yeah. I'll start with like the lessons that I learned.
Mhm.
I learned how to be like professional
Okay.
and how to be a man of your word. Like, cause like in this business, it's nothing is like, all right, gonna clock in at 9,
Yeah,
get off at
something's-
5.
Mhm.
I work from 9 to 5, and then whatever. It's like your schedule is always changing. So, and you never know like what's gonna come up in your day. So you have to be like,
It's very.
you got to be strategic in your planning, because you don't want to commit to something that you can't like fulfill. Like I don't want to say, all right, we can work out at 8, and then I know I have a client at 9:30 across town.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
just being like punctual and working on like making my schedule work for me, I would say that's like the biggest thing I learned. Because now everywhere I go, I'm always early. I'm never
Mhm.
late. Like it's crazy.
That's good though.
Like a complete 180.
Yeah, but it probably took some time to get to what, like, oh, I can't, you do this.
Yeah.
This time probably be better than this, and like scheduling stuff out with the different clients that you have, just so you making sure that you're staying like keeping up your professionalism within.
Yeah.
Your,
And like all my clients, like they're like family. You know.
yeah.
So like they'll understand if like, hey, I can't make it today,
Yeah.
whatever. But I try never to cancel, never to like be late.
Yeah.
So
It's that professionalism.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
it. So
You
you're
just
starting
learn
early.
that.
Yeah.
That's something everybody eventually has to learn. Though.
so
Yeah.
like one thing or two things that all my clients can tell anybody is that we made progress. Like he knew what he was talking about. He knew what he was doing, and he was never late. He never showed unprofessionalism. None of that. And I feel like that's why people come to me.
Yeah.
Because a lot of people would tell me like, yeah, my last trainer, he did this and this and this. And I'm like, what do you mean he showed up 30 minutes late and still charges for the full session? Like, that's crazy. So yeah, just being professional and being a man of your word, that's the biggest thing I learned. And like I've learned like how that pays off. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's good.
You said setbacks or
Yeah.
What was the
if you
question?
if you would change anything, if there's anything, would you like with the way that your journey happened? Do you feel like you would change anything?
change anything.
I feel like I know what your answer is gonna be. I feel like I already feel like I already know what
You
you're
do?
Yeah.
I'm gonna say
I think I'll say no.
I don't think I would change anything because I feel like I learned from every like mistake that I made. But I would say Yeah, I wouldn't change anything.
Okay.
Yeah, I wouldn't change anything.
Okay. Yeah, I feel you say
Yeah,
that.
I wouldn't change anything. Nah, I would have been more confident in myself earlier on. Like,
Okay.
yeah, if I was more confident in myself early on, I would have had like way more opportunities to like grow and expand. Because I was like, I kind of had imposter syndrome. Because it's like,
you feel like you're not good. You feel like you're not.
I know in my head that
Yeah.
I honestly, I really feel like I'm one of the best in the world at what I do. Like for real. But when it comes to like expressing that to other people, being like this young and like knowing so much, I feel like I don't have like the experience like to be able to get people to
hitting on the head right now. You hitting on the
A
head.
lot of people feel like that.
I think that
you got over it now.
Yeah.
I feel like that's one thing.
I think that's what I think. Imposter syndrome is something that like a lot of us go through because we think that we need more time, more experience in order to be said, or to say like I'm this. You know what I mean?
But that's the thing though. Like I do have the experience. Like I'm 23, but I've been doing this for 8 years.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
That's true. A lot of people who have the experience still have it though.
Yeah.
Like that's crazy because it's like no, like you.
But people associate expertise with age though. People be like, okay, if you are this age, okay, he's 28 and he's 30, like he is way more. You know what I mean? He may have more knowledge, but that is not necessarily the case. Like you can learn anything at any age. If you weren't doing what you're doing now, what do you think you'd be doing?
Man,
you probably never thought about that.
I don't know.
That's honestly a good answer though, because that means you're in the right. That means you're doing the right thing.
Yeah, I have no idea what I would do. I know, like, I have interest in stuff. Like, I like cars a lot. I like finance. Like, maybe be a mechanic or I have no idea. Yeah, this is honestly the only thing that I can see myself doing.
But hey, that's the best part because you know a lot of people.
Do you think you would ever want to do something else? Like, I mean, not doing something else, but like something else on top of what you're doing. Like, you know, maybe have something else, or just have a different occupation, do something else, or have another job. People want to know.
I have no idea.
So you see yourself doing this for the rest of your life?
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
Okay, how do you see your business framing itself in the next like 10 years? So 10 years from now, how do you see
I'm gonna give you the breakdown of like what I'm doing now. And then I'm gonna tell you like where I wanna go.
Where you wanna go, yeah.
So right now, y'all know I used to compete in powerlifting. So well, I'm not gonna say used to. I'm probably still gonna compete again, but I'm not competing in like the near future. But I kinda got my start to lifting through like powerlifting. I wanna be like real strong. So just like over the years, I just gained so much knowledge about powerlifting and training and how to get stronger, how to do this, how to do that, you know, how to like recover from injuries and all that stuff, that I kind of just started training powerlifters. So I have online clients that I do like programming for like powerlifting competitions. I got clients that compete at nationals, from like the national level all the way down to like the local level. So I want to grow my reach, I guess you would say, in like the powerlifting community.
Your platform.
Yeah. As far as personal training goes, like my actual in-person clients, I've been working with a lot of football players. Because I used to play football when I was younger, but I feel like I had like terrible coaching and like they just didn't care. So it was like really hard for me to be good. And I see kids today and I'm like, bro, you can be like great, but you just got to work on this and this and this. So like the kids that I'm working with now, they're sophomores in high school. They play wide receiver, and like we just be working on routes, footwork, vision, like hands, all that stuff. And like I want to do more of that. I want to work with more athletes, more kids, kind of give people like the opportunities that I didn't have. I'm not saying I didn't have the opportunity, but
you didn't have nobody like
I didn't have like the guidance, I guess you could say. So I want to be like that.
Be there to guide them on that journey.
Yeah,
like,
for
while they're getting better in sports and stuff, or you know, just children growing up wanting to get into different sports like that.
And then I would say I want to start like an app.
I see a lot of people, like a lot of fitness influencers doing that.
To help people with like nutrition, like forming like better habits, Because anybody could train, anybody could work out, anybody could live, anybody could go run, anybody could do any of that. But none of that's gonna matter if you go home and you eat like a dummy. You don't get enough sleep. You don't drink enough water. You don't recover. Like, you're never gonna see progress because the training part, that's the easy part. That's only like 20% of it. You got the 80% that you have to do at home, and most people don't even know where to start with that. So I would make like an app to like be like a one-stop shop for fitness type, you know. So something like that. Yeah, I'd be happy. Yeah.
I like that. I like that.
Yeah. So 2025, we probably gonna
Right.
Look
Look
out,
out,
y'all.
yeah,
Y'all
yeah.
look out.
we gonna
Look
that.
out.
Yeah.
And if
Look out
anybody
for that.
wanted to find you or start training with you, where would they go or how would they look you up?
You can look me up on Instagram. My Instagram that I do for like my fitness or lifting stuff is Swole Dalvin. I'm on TikTok too. It's called Dalvin Lifts. Yeah, you can just get in touch with me, DM me if you want online coaching, in-person coaching, you want help with nutrition, you got an injury that you need to recover from. I do it all. I do a little bit of everything. So yeah, just reach out to me. We'll get you on the right track.
Y'all heard it here, folks. Y'all heard it
Mhm.
here first.
It'll get you on the right track.
Okay, well, I have one last question. We do one last one. So, what is some advice that you would give to someone who wants to start their own business, or someone who wants to, maybe general advice, or you know, advice to somebody who wants to start maybe their own online coaching? Maybe they do
Okay.
earn this.
I'll answer that in two parts. So for starting a business, like just in general, I would say do your research. It's a lot of stuff that I didn't know that I had to know until I didn't know it. And like stuff I gotta pay for. Taxes. Like making sure that the money doesn't come to me, making sure it goes to my business account first and then me and all that stuff. So do your research. No taxes, no money, no finance. Yeah, you don't want to get in trouble with Uncle Sam because you didn't know.
You know?
Yeah, all you gotta do is watch an 8-minute video on YouTube. He'll tell you how to do it. You know what I mean? So know the stuff that you need to know. That's one thing. The second thing, I would say, if possible, pursue your passion first and money second. Like, because if you do something that you love, you're going to work harder at it. You're going to be more successful at it. It's going to come more natural to you. So do that, and then the money will come. Don't chase the money first, because once you chase money, you'll never have enough. But if you chase your passion, it'll always be something there for you, you know? What else would I say? Be professional. Don't be late. Be like a personable person. Like, you gotta know how to talk to people, hold a conversation, smile when you talk to them, hold eye contact. Like all the little things that people don't notice, someone does. And like that could be the difference between you getting like a big ticket client versus you not. You gotta do like the real small things to make sure that you like set yourself apart from everybody else. And if you're somebody young in like a field that's dominated by people that are older, you gotta know your stuff. Like, you gotta make it your business to know everything that you can. Like, I would be at home in high school. I basically got a PhD in lifting in my home, like in high school. Like, I would watch so many videos on training, how to like program a workout plan, like so I'm not sore. I want to be able to recover, so I want to train chest 2 times a week. I want to train legs 2 times a week. I want to train back 2 times a week. Everything 2 times a week. But you got to figure out like how to maneuver your plan around so you're not like overlapping days or you're not getting sore and you're not. You got to make sure you're recovering. So just learn everything you can learn, and you'll be good. You'll be successful. Yeah.
So now we're gonna have Ashley do her quote of the day. So you got Ash.
All right, so today's quote it's a Chinese proverb, and it reads, "A journey of 1,000 miles must begin with a single step." And I just picked this because we're in our Hustle University era, and we're talking about starting businesses or even just getting into the field you want to get into, but you have to start somewhere. So if you don't have that first step, you're never going to reach the finish line to where you want to go. So you got to just do something. No matter if you think it's small, it could be a little kitty step. It could be a bird-sized step, but just do something.
Like take it day by day. You know, if something that you're passionate about, don't feel like you have to be rushed. Take your time to, you know, like you said, learn about, give yourself the knowledge and the wisdom that you need to be in that field or something that you want to go into. Definitely try that out. But don't think that it has to happen overnight, because you know you want to enjoy the journey, enjoy it as, you know, learning things, making mistakes, growing, you know, in your business and in yourself to make yourself, you know, become where you want to be and, you know, have your business, all that stuff.
Well, we want to thank you all for listening to us today. We want to thank Dalvin for being here with us and being our very first guest of the season. And we hope that this podcast has inspired you to keep it positive.